Hey guys, it's Jen here from Nails by Jen. Welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time to my channel, thanks for stopping by. So today's video is going to be my January's top 5 favorites. I have some really good goodies to show you guys. So as you know, if you've watched any of my other top 5 favorites, I don't always just showcase products that I use in my salon. Sometimes I will show you guys some organization items. I might show you an app that I like to use for editing videos or photos. I might even tell you about a class or a program that I have taken. Basically anything that I utilize in my salon that is beneficial to my salon, or something that I have used a ton of in the last month. I want to share that stuff with you. So if this is something you're interested in, stick around, keep watching. As always, don't forget to click that like and subscribe for me. If you have any questions or comments, leave them in the comment section below. Let's get started. Alright guys, so starting off with number 1 is probably going to be my most used items in the salon. Now I will say there are 12 in total of these JOHENS full diamond gels that I purchased at the pink chair. I will put a little coupon code down here for you guys so that you can save a little bit of money. We all like to save some cash now, but I love these. I will tell you number 4 is my absolute number 1 favorite color in the collection, because it is a rose gold. I'll put a little video here to give you a little close-up view of what it looks like. But number 4 is definitely my favorite, but I am telling you guys, I have used all 12 of these throughout this entire month of January. Pretty much, especially since I did my swatching video, which I will link that for you guys below, and I go into a little bit more detail on how to apply them and how to make sure there's no shadowing, things like that. So check out that video as well. But I absolutely love these, and on top of it I had these swatches put in my little 7-tiered rack here, you guys can see behind me. So when my clients came in, they were like, "Ooh, what is that?" I'm telling you guys, this rack, I know it's not part of my top 5 favorites this month, but it is a favorite of mine every single month. I will link it for you guys below as well. And if you have not heard me speak of it, I will see if I can find a particular video where I spoke of it. It was in one of my top 5 favorites. I'll link that below for you guys as well. I go into more detail as to why I love that little shelf. It is so worth it to have something like that on your desk. I had these swatch sticks sitting in that shelf, and clients, when they come in, they're like, "Ooh, what are those sparkly things?" And they want to gravitate towards it, which makes me use them even more. So I have to make this my number 1 for my January top 5 favorites. Alright guys, so number 2 is not maybe as pretty of an item or something as aesthetically pleasing, but it is something that I am so glad I bought. So if you guys have heard me speak in any of my other videos about Protein Bond from Young Nails, that is the primer that I use. And I actually really love the primer itself. I even use it on clients. If you have any clients who have issues with chipping with gel polish, I actually will put a layer of the Protein Bond on top of my finish filed acrylic and then apply my gel polish. And it has helped immensely with girls who generally have a lot of chipping. So there's a little tip for you in regards to the Protein Bond, but I dislike the little bottle. Sorry, Young Nails, I love the product, I just hate the packaging. So you guys know it comes in that little tiny white bottle, and the brush inside has a very long bristle on it. And I found when I was using it, because it's so tiny, first of all, it was actually straining my hand a little bit and causing me a little more issues with my carpal tunnel, which seems silly, but you guys know I've said it a million times, terrible carpal tunnel in my right hand. So I found that to be an issue, and also I just found that the bristles were so long on the brush that I don't know, I found it really hard to apply. So I found this little bottle on eBay for $4 Canadian. I mean, you can't get any cheaper than that. And it is obviously not transparent at all. We want something that is not transparent. And I love this. I will tell you, it has tremendously cut the time that it takes me to apply the primer. I know that that might seem silly to you guys, and maybe some of you are able to apply that little Protein Bond very, very easily and very, very quickly, but I find I fly through applying my protein bond because you have to apply 2 coats of it. I fly through it way quicker with this bottle. Again, I'll post a little video here for you showing you the bristles and just when I pull it out of the bottle, how it looks. And I like that the handle on the bottle is longer, so I don't have to kind of strain to hold that little tiny white lid. I love this so much. It is just such a lifesaver. It's the silliest little thing, I know, it's just a bottle. So basically what I do is I empty one of the small protein bond bottles right into here. When I am done using it, when I get to the point where I want to put a fresh bottle in, dump any excess out if there is any of the protein bond left in here, but there really usually isn't. I use it all up, whereas with the other bottle, I found I wasn't using it all up because I don't know, I couldn't reach it or something with the bristles. So I use it all up, and then I actually put in a little bit of acetone, and I just take I have a little skinny spatula, and I put a lint-free wipe on the end, and I kind of push the lint-free wipe in, obviously making sure that part of the lint-free wipe is still outside of the bottle so I can remove it. And I just kind of swirl around, and I just make sure I'm cleaning up that bottle. And the only reason that I do that is because, as you know, when we are applying anything like protein bond and we're going over the nail and over the nail and over the nail, as we are putting the brush back into the bottle, we are kind of contaminating that protein bond with nail dust. So by the time you get to the end, there might be like little dust particles in there and stuff like that. And so we just want to make sure we clean out the bottle, make sure it's fresh, and then I'll actually let it sit just overnight, just because I like to let it sit overnight to completely dry so there's no residue left behind. And then I just dump in a new bottle of protein bond. I have now done that 3 times. I have used this, or 2 times, excuse me. I have done that 2 times, and I have had no issues. I absolutely love this brush, you guys. I cannot recommend it enough. If you are having issues with that tiny little protein bond bottle, get yourself something like this. I will link everything below for you guys, as I always try to do. So this is my number 2. And number 3 on the list comes from Glitter Mix Canada. You guys know I love them. They have been very, very good to me. They actually just sent me a little Valentine's Day package in the mail. It was the sweetest thing. I had no idea it was coming, and there were tons of goodies. I did a little haul video for you guys, so I will link that below for you as well. Getting back to the Bling It gel. So I don't actually do a ton of bling in my nail salon, but I recently did a birthday set of nails. You guys have seen me post this all over because it is my absolute favorite set that I have done in January. So I will post a picture of it here. I will show it again because it's fabulous. So I did a ton of bling on her, and I was like wondering if my resin would hold up. So generally in the past, I always just used a resin. I actually used the Kiara Sky resin, and I really, really liked it. I had some issues where some people would come back and they'd be missing rhinestones here and there, but not very often. And you know, I mean, nothing is perfect in the nail world, so you're going to have some clients that possibly might lose a rhinestone. But I have used this several times now on that client that I did all the bling. I've used it on a few other clients, and not one person has come back with a rhinestone missing. So one of the things that they told me at Glitter Mix Canada that you can do is when you apply this, do not cure it. You can actually then apply a thin layer of a tack-free top coat on top of this. Again, both top coats are still wet, they're not cured, and then apply your rhinestones and then stick it in the lamp to cure. And what that does is basically prevents you from having to go back in and around with your second coat of top coat. So generally, when we do like a resin, for example, you place on your nail resin, your glue, right, your rhinestone glue, you put in your rhinestones, and then you let that dry a little bit, and then you go in with your top coat around the rhinestones and to seal off the whole nail. So now I haven't actually tried that method because I kind of forgot about it. So when I did the nails, for example, that I posted in this photo here, I just put on the rhinestone, sorry, the Bling It gel, and then I put her rhinestones in, and then I cured, and then I did go back over with my top coat, like my Young Nail stain resistant. But if you are wanting to save time, like I said, apply a layer of this, then apply a layer of your tack-free top coat, and then stick your rhinestones in, and then cure. And then basically when they come out of the lamp, that is it, you're done. So something to keep in mind when you're using something like this to save you some time. So definitely I have to make this my number 3 because it is really, really good, and I had never used anything like this and I'm quite impressed. All right, guys, so number 4 is another Glitter Mix Canada item, or 3 items, I should say. Now, these were in the little goodie box that they sent me that I absolutely love. There was also another one I will show you guys here, and I actually used this one. So I haven't used these floral ones yet, but I have used these little lips. Now, I did a little TikTok video, and I'll have to post that in the corner here because I forgot to take photos and videos for Instagram after I did her nails. I was just like so excited about the TikTok video that I forgot. But what I did was I opened one of these up to see if they are exactly the same texture and everything like that as the lips, and they are. So that's why I'm putting these ones in my top 5 favorites, because I always gravitate towards floral prints. I love florals. Spring is coming, you guys. I cannot wait to use these. They are really, really thin. They apply so nicely. I was able to actually, when I used the lips, I was able to just press them really, really nicely, and I had no creasing. I have talked to you guys before in other videos about applying decals and making little slits like on water decals just to make sure that they lay nice and flat. I didn't even have to do that. I was just able to press them out and they laid so nicely. They're so thin. I do usually recommend that you do 2 coats of top coat on top of any decals just to make sure they are secured and they're very well and they're not going to chip out or peel out. But you probably could get away with doing 1. I just always do 2, so that's just my routine. But they lay very nicely and they are so nice. Now, I think they only have these 3 in regards to the colored ones, but I do have another one that they sent me as well with flowers, and it has some little writing on it, very Valentine's-y. I haven't used them yet, but I'm going to be using them hopefully next week because Valentine's Day is coming up. So these are my number 4. And then number 5 to go along with those decals is another little item from Glitter Mix Canada, and this is their little tweezers with the silicone tool on the end. So when I was mentioning about the decals and how I was able to push them down and really get them to lay flat without any creases, this is the little doohickey that I used. I will show you a little video again in the corner, just a close-up of what this looks like, but I highly recommend if you do any type of decals. I've used this for what is it called? Transfer foil, like images, the individual images on transfer foil. I have used this. I absolutely love it. Actually, even my client, when I was doing the lip design on her, she made a comment like, girl, you always have the coolest little tools. I was like, well, thanks to Glitter Mix Canada. So I believe that these also come in a like bright pink color, but I chose the black one because my studio is not really fuchsia pink or bright pink. It's more of a blush pink, so I thought the black would be better to match. You know, we all love to be matchy-matchy. They do have some lettering on them. They say Mrs. D. I'm not sure why. It would have been cool if it was a G for like Mrs. G, but I know they're not like monogrammed. I think that's just the brand or wherever they got them from, but they are amazing. They're super, super pointy. Now, you do have to be careful when you have tweezers like this that are extremely, extremely pointy and extremely, extremely thin. They can bend very easily, so you do want to be very careful with them. Don't be plopping them down hard into a jar or anything like that. Make sure that wherever you put them, I actually have mine, I can't really show you right now, but I'll see if I can get a video of it. I have a makeup brush holder, again, that I showcased in one of my top 5 favorites where I keep all of my brushes, and it has a division in it. So I actually just place my tweezers over the division part so they don't actually hit the bottom of the jar, so it prevents them from hitting and kind of bending. But something to keep in mind, if you're going to store these in anything that is going to hit the bottom, I would just store them upwards and be very careful when you go to grab them that you don't stab yourself because they are very, very sharp. But that is it, guys. That is my number 5 for my top 5 favorites in January. All right, guys, so I hope that you enjoyed this video. Again, I would love to know in the comment section below if you have any favorites or any items that you just feel you want to share with me. Please let me know in the comment section below. I always love to hear what you guys are using the most in your salon, like each month. It's very interesting to me if we're all kind of using the same things. I feel like when there's a holiday or something like that, like Valentine's Day, we all sort of gravitate towards the same things, but there are a few months that maybe there isn't a holiday that is, you know, something we want to do nail art for. So I'm always interested to hear what you guys are using in your salon and what is your favorite thing or something that you've used a ton of in that month. Let me know below. And if you enjoyed this video, guys, please share it with someone else. And as always, have an amazing day.